My wife asked me to leave home. I didn't argue. I closed our joint accounts. I never thought a single conversation could unravel everything I had built. Not just a house, not just a marriage, not just years of trust, but a life I believed was secure and shared. Her name is Lauren. We had been married for 8 years. On paper, our life looked perfect. A home filled with shared memories, stable jobs, family gatherings, and routines that made us comfortable. I thought we were partners in every sense of the word. I thought I could trust her completely. Then came that evening. It started like any other night. We had dinner, exchanged small talk, and then she spoke. Calm, deliberate, almost casual. "David, I want you to leave." I blinked. The words sounded surreal. My mind raced, searching for context, for reason, for a sign that this was a joke or an emotional outburst. But there was none. Her eyes were steady, her tone unwavering. She had made her decision, and there was no negotiation. I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I didn't cry. I simply nodded and said, "Okay." At that moment, I realized something vital. Confrontation, shouting, or pleading would not change her mind. What mattered now was reclaiming control over my life, dignity, and the future she was trying to take from me. The next day, I took quiet, deliberate action. The first step: our finances. We had joint accounts, everything from bills to savings pooled together. It had always been a symbol of our shared life, of trust, but now it had become a potential tool for manipulation. I closed them, carefully, legally, and with absolute clarity. I transferred what was rightfully mine into accounts she could not access. I ensured that her decision to push me out could not leave me financially vulnerable. It wasn't an act of revenge. It wasn't about spite. It was about protection, protecting my assets, my independence, and my ability to rebuild a life without chaos or dependence on someone who had chosen betrayal over partnership. Over the following weeks, I packed my belongings and moved out. I didn't make a scene. I didn't call friends to witness drama. I simply reclaimed my space, my freedom, and my sense of self. Her reaction was telling. Lauren expected panic, anger, pleading. Instead, she encountered calm, deliberate action. I didn't fight her. I didn't accuse her. I simply established boundaries, took control of my life, and moved forward with clarity. In the quiet that followed, I reflected on our marriage. The warning signs had been there: secretive behavior, late nights, emotional distance. I had ignored them, hoping that love and trust were enough to overcome hidden issues. But sometimes, love isn't enough when respect and loyalty are absent. I realized that betrayal often doesn't come with dramatic confrontations. Sometimes it comes quietly, almost casually, in the form of a simple sentence: "I want you to leave." And the power in response doesn't lie in anger or despair. It lies in deliberate action, self-respect, and reclaiming control. Months later, I have rebuilt. I found a new home, focused on my career, and surrounded myself with people who value honesty and loyalty. Closing the joint accounts, stepping away from the house, and refusing to be manipulated were the first steps in reclaiming my dignity and independence. Lauren's decision to push me out of our home was painful, yes, but it also forced clarity. It forced action, and it forced me to recognize that betrayal, though devastating, is also a chance to reclaim life on your own terms. In the end, I didn't argue, didn't yell, didn't beg. I acted with calm precision. I closed our joint accounts. I walked away. And in doing so, I showed that the strongest response to betrayal is not chaos or confrontation. It's control, dignity, and the courage to start over. Betrayal hurts. It stings. It shakes the foundations of your life. But how you respond defines not just the outcome, but the person you become. I chose to become someone stronger, someone independent, someone who would not be victimized by deceit. And that decision, quiet, deliberate, and unwavering, was worth far more than anything I had lost.